Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yes, because the saying is more is caught than is taught. And that's so important. And that's why the whole do as I say, not as I do does not work. Because even though generations and generations did that and said that, it didn't work.
Nope.
It worked for a short period of time where, you figure like, okay, well, they said to do this, so I'm going to do it because I'm scared. But after a while, once you get bold, you like, oh, okay, whatever.
They didn't understand why they didn't do it.
Right.
They had no understanding.
Right. So, yes, what is caught is what, they're seeing every single day of our actions, of how we live and what we, not just saying, but what we're doing. And that's just so important. So, Nisi, tell us, how is it, again, you have the older child, 18, and so how is it for you, how you talked to him and raised him, about purity, prayer, and dating?
Well, my son, I've always tried to, I've always taken him to, not always Sabbath school, but we've always been in church since he's been about 5. And prior to that, we've been having Bible study at home. But for me, I needed to make sure he had devotions, and those devotions were particularly for young boys, and he had something for me as a child, something for when he became a teenager, or that gray area in between being a teenager. He had something for every age, for every group, and I had to talk to him about the devotions, because you can't just give it to them and say, here, take it, and read it, and that's it. You have to have a discussion so that they can understand why they participate in certain things, why they don't participate in certain things. And for me, I'm divorced. So it's important for me, like you said, you have to be the example, you have to show them. And it was critical for me not to date all these different people and have all these different people around my children, because if I'm telling my son as he grows up what type of woman, what a respectable woman looks like, and what a wife looks like, I'm his first example,
right?
Because he's in the house with me, so I have to show him in my behavior what the expectation is. There were times when he was younger, and I would have him like a skirt or something, and he would say, "Mom, you want to wear a longer skirt?" And the skirt would already be at my knees, and it's like, okay, it's hot outside.
You need to cut up some more, Mom.
Exactly, but the thing is that the standard was set in his head. And I have a 3-year-old. So, sometimes we like to play in the nail polish. And he's like, she's too young for that. She shouldn't wear that color. That's not for 3-year-olds, So when I hear that, it drives me crazy. But it also lets me know that I did something right.
Right.
I let him see what a woman should look like. I can't teach him to be a man, but I can teach him how to be a man, a good man to a good woman.
Right.
I can teach him how to recognize when he's being played. And when he's not, I can teach him, and I'm done with that part, because he can look at someone and he can see, whether he's judging them or not, he is looking at the appearance, but that's
making
an
observation.
Exactly, that's what we all do.
Right? Yes,
we all do that. He's looking at what he sees, and he makes a real quick. Real quick summation of what he sees, and he determines real quick if that's somebody he wants to be bothered with or not. And so I just had to set that example in the house. I'm thankful that my oldest daughter, she's a good example as well. She's not, she's gone to college, she's graduated, she's done some things that other people in my family haven't done yet. And so those are examples for him. And I think that's the biggest thing I could have done, is just make sure that he had examples right there in the house.
Right.
And
Go ahead, Christine.
Yes. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Right. Mm-hmm.
You know what? Just to piggyback on what Christine said, that is important. You know, and I remember a time when, you know, when all of us were in the house, before my daughter went to school and stuff, we would get up and pray. Before we left out the house, everybody would come together and would pray. And because I let them learn at an early age how to pray, my kids didn't pray.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they can pray heaven down. Okay, and my son can too. Many people don't know it, but my son can too. You know, and it's just those things that make me so proud. You know, there was a time where I worked at night, and I would call him and like get up and go to church, and he was like, "Mom, you don't have to call me for that."
Mm-hmm.
And he would already be up. He'd be dressed, and he'd walk to church, and I would send text messages to people
Who at
to
church,
let
right?
them know he's coming. And he's like, "Mom, you told everybody I'm coming to church." I'm like, "Yeah." You know, he's like, "You don't have to do that." I'm like, "Yes, I do."
Right.
You know, but the
I
thing
gotta make
is,
sure you make it a safe.
exactly, where you supposed to be. You know, but the thing is that is, you know, when they start, because they're gonna act crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So Christine is coming. I'm just letting you know. Okay, so you know. Okay.
Right, experienced it, yes.
It's coming. Yeah, keep praying. It's coming. But the thing is that when you see them do these little things, when you see those little things, it lets you know that you did it, or you did something right.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and sometimes you have to cut the cord
Mm-hmm.
because it really is time for them to fly.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not an enabler. Okay,
Right.
I refuse to have my son in a house full of women and all of us catering to him and doing these things for him. My son is a man,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and so when it's time to cut the cord,
He won't be cut.
it's cut.
Yeah.
And I pray that you fly.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
You can fly, boy. You better do it because you can.
Yeah, he can. He can. You know, and I just need him to believe that.
Right.
And you know, and I pray for him daily. I pray for him at night. But I have to trust that he's gonna come back to what he knows.
Right.
And I'm, you know, and that, because that's his foundation.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so when you can be confident in how you raise your children to pray. I know my son is a sensitive person. I know he is not a womanizer because he fall in love with everybody. You know, but
You probably like, can you just stop falling in love?
exactly. It's like, come on, you know, get it together, okay? I didn't want this part to happen, but he's not a womanizer, so that's good.
Right.
I appreciate that, but I need him to pull it back some, you know.
Control your
Calm
feelings. Control
yourself
your
down. Exactly. You're 18, okay?
Right.
But bless his heart, he's a good man.
Mm-hmm.
I can see that he's going to be a wonderful man. I see that, you know, everything that we did, that I know I've instilled in him is there, and it makes me proud. And I have my moments where it's
Right.
like, this is my son.
Right. You just
know,
glowing.
and I just glow, and he
Yeah.
doesn't realize it,
Right.
but I do, and it's just, it takes my breath away,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
And that's the beauty of, you know, parenting. Especially, I think of the Proverbs 31 woman, and at the end where it says that your children will rise up and call you blessed.
Yes.
And
Yes.
that is like, because at times we feel like, you know what, they gonna rise up and say something else, but it ain't gonna be blessed.
No.
You- But over time, it's about not just one thing,
Right.
but the totality
Yes.
of our parenting.
Yes.
And my goodness, you know, when God said that children are a blessing,
Yes. Yes. Yes.
you know, and we begin to realize that as they grow up, like, wow, you know what, God, you're right, they are a blessing. Because you know what, I'm sure my parents probably thought that, you know, I was crazy too.
Mm-hmm.
And so being a parent is great, and being a parent to a son is great. And because I do a lot of relationships and everything like that, I always wonder, like, okay, you know what? It seems as if we have all these quote unquote great women out there, but the guys, for some reason, is just not getting it together. But it's good to know that there are moms out there that are raising great sons. It's good to know that.
It's a lot of good men out there.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not saying it's not. let me backtrack. Yes, I am not saying that there are not good men out there. I believe it, and yes. I know it's true.
Yes,
I definitely know it's true. But you'll have some women who will just bash men, and I'm not a man basher. I don't promote it. I don't endorse it. But again, to just inform them that, hey, you know what? There are moms out there that are raising good sons, and there are men out there that are good.
Yes. Yes.
So let's just remember that, ladies. As we come to a close of our show, I want to thank my guests today, Nisi and Christine. Thank you so much for joining us. I know we had a few technical difficulties in the beginning, but we worked it all out. The Lord worked it out. Won't He do it? Oh my goodness, I'm going to have you ladies back on again so that we can just talk about parenting again. I want to thank you all for joining me on the app via brightradio.com and on Facebook and on YouTube. Sometimes I'll be having a brain freeze, y'all. Just want to leave you with these words. As a mom of, I don't have any sons, but to all the moms with black sons, with sons, continue to raise them in the Lord. Continue to instill in them all that you can, and to be the example that they need to see. Mm-hmm. Because their first example of everything that they're going to learn is through the home first. Yep. And we have to make sure that we are the example that they can be proud of. Yes. That they want to grow up. Yes. To be one day. And although they may not get everything right within, the years of y'all raising them, guess what? They're going to come back to what they have been taught. Yes. And we all go through those times where we act crazy. But they're going to come back to what they've been taught. So I just want to leave you with that word of encouragement, to continue to encourage your sons, continue to instill in them, let them know how great they are, how special they are, no matter how much society wants to beat them down. Make sure that you're not beating them down. Mm-hmm. Because society does it enough. Make sure you're not, but make sure you build them up. Make sure as parents we apologize to our children when we need to. Because there are times when we're going to have to apologize to them. So make sure as parents you're apologizing to them so that they can understand, well, you know what? My mom, my dad, they really do love me, and they'll come to me when they're wrong. And children, make sure you apologize as well. So I just want to leave you with that. Make sure you pick up my book, Dating Smart, 9 Tips to Transform Your Crazy Dating Life. This is a great book even for moms to talk with their sons about. Mm-hmm. So be sure to pick it up. Make sure you join me on Saturday night, not this Saturday, but August 27th, next Saturday night, for the rooftop party. Ladies, come on out. We do have more tickets left, so make sure you get your tickets. Come on out to the rooftop. Enjoy yourself. Great food, great music, hair show, fashion show. So be sure to join me for more information about that and more information about everything that I do with singles and dating. Go to my website, www.lindadlowe.com. Again, it's www.lindadlowe.com. And make sure you join me next week, right here, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, for the Linda D. Lowe Show, Girl Talk.
Okay, clear on Facebook.
Alrighty. Christine, thank you for joining us. Thank you so much. Look, I'm going to have to get you in studio one of these days. Yes. But thank you again. Thank you again. And yes, keep up the great work, sister.
Thank you so
Yes, definitely so. Thank you so much. So hopefully we can even connect. Yes. All right, Christine, you have a good evening.
Bye.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right, let's take some pictures.
Whew.
Sweat. My ears sweating.
Right.
That was, you know what? It was much different being in here than
Than on the
being on the phone. Yeah.
You've been on the phone with us?
She was on
Last
last week.
Different yesterday.
Yeah, she was
It's
on
much
last
better
week.
in studio.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Because you get a feel for what people are saying and it flows better.
Yeah. Because, like, what I did, I had to turn off, because I wanted to hear myself and all that stuff. I had to turn everything off, because I'm like, okay, I can't talk with this, with that thing with the, with the delay, and it's like, oh no. Because Kesey tried to do that, and she's like, Mommy, it was a delay, I couldn't tell when I was supposed to talk. I'm like, you're supposed to turn that thing off. I don't think you're supposed to listen.
Oh yeah, because it will throw you off.
Okay.
Listen, look, we got the same colors on, girl.
Okay.
Nice. Hold on. All right. Couple more.
So we gotta do something different.
The photo shoot. All right.
Thank you, Niecy, so
Thank
much.
you,
Look,
thank
you on
you.
another show, right?
Yeah, girl.
I know
I
you
think
are.
I didn't realize what I was doing. I was just putting my
You
name. I'm like, oh gosh. You know what?
You was just cooking
I
early.
was. I'm like, oh, that look good. That look good. I just started plugging my name in everywhere. Then I realized I put my name in so many places. And then I was trying to figure out how I was going to do this, but
I know.
look how everything
Time
worked
right.
out.
Okay.
Look how everything.
Oh
worked
my
out.
goodness, I'm telling you, entrepreneurship.
Girl. Yeah. And then the babysitter was like, what do you want me to do? Like, she was like, I can keep her all night. I'm like, well, I don't want to do that.
Where's the babysitter at?
And Bowie.
Oh, okay.
And she was like, I can come and pick her up and then bring her here. And I'm like, no, because she was coming from Crofton.
Are we still live?
Oh.
On your business. On YouTube.